Seventh Heaven at number 7. And drumroll, please. The Last American Virgin, 1982, directed by Boaz Davidson. Some spoilers may occur, although I pretty promise that I'll do my best to avoid that. Thank you for joining me. The Last American Virgin, it's kind of a typical teen movie at first, in that sort of bust your cherry tradition of teen movies, kind of like Fast Times at Ridgemont or Porky's movies, where it's like some dorky teenage boys who are trying to lose their virginity any way they can. But there's something darker about this movie. First of all, it doesn't have the normal sort of happy angels, merry fairies, gold dust ending. It's got an unusual turn for the ending. It's quite dark in a lot of places, and the lengths it goes to are really extreme when they're trying to get laid. But I always call these movies, when, like in these movies, there's walk into a party and they're kind of like, gentlemen, prepared to get laid. I always call them prepared to get laid movies, and I don't know why, I really like them. I really like the misadventures of 80s high school boys trying to get laid and failing. It's quite an entertaining genre. And so this movie, it's basically a dark love triangle. Well, actually, there's almost two halves to the movie. So the first movie is this, like, as I said, this bust your cherry genre where they're trying to, lose their virginity any way they can, and it's a little bit more lighthearted. It's got a pretty good soundtrack. They've got the Cars. Anytime anything zany happens, like Shake It Up comes on, and they've got Devo, and I can't remember, but some pretty good songs in the movie. And they have hijinks abound while they're trying to get laid and going to parties. But also it's a bit, as I said, it's a bit dark. Like, things almost go too excruciatingly far when they're trying to get laid. Like, they go to this horny woman, Carmela's apartment, and she's like, her husband or partner's out of town, and she just wants any sort of man meat available. And so they hear about her, they go to her house, and she's just ready to take them all on one at a time. The scenes are kind of overly graphic. You get to see more than you kind of wanted or anticipated, and two of them end up going to a hooker, and they get crabs. Spoiler alert, by the way, coming up. And then the second half of the movie, like, kind of changes tone, and it becomes like a dark love triangle. Gary is in love with this girl, and his best friend Rick ends up getting with her and knocking her up, and Gary actually stands up and becomes this like chivalrous doormat who pays for her abortion, nurses her back to health. And I don't want to give away the exact ending, but like, it's not got the rainbows and roses ending, and that's why I kind of think that this one's interesting. And yeah, it's just sort of an entertaining, cringy little fest, and I would be curious to see what people think. If you've liked my film reviews, then please subscribe.